First to the bag, yeah, they all wanna be him, but I stay quiet.
Yes, sir. We back live, Radio Free Brooklyn. It's your boy Ben Lewis, the hip hop junkie, and of course, as always, I got the Addy, the illustrious, the amazing Addy the baddie.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? We got a very special guest in the building. Addy hooked this whole thing up, so I'm gonna let you take the lead right here.
That is good, right?
You know what I'm saying?
So I was on my Instagram minding my business or whatever, you know.
Yeah, well, if you're on Instagram, you ain't minding your business.
Inherently, no, I wasn't. But not minding my business, but I just saw like this really cool like Nike design just pop up on my news feed.
Right.
I saw it the first time, but I was like, all right, let me scroll through, and then I saw it again. I was like, okay, who made this? And then I saw that this young man made this design for Nike, and got selected for a limited release edition of Nike sneakers.
Amazing.
Based on a design that was inspired by his upbringing as a Nigerian and an American. And so I thought that was a really interesting story, especially considering that's how I identify. So I felt really connected to the story. And then turns out we have a lot of mutual friends who, you know, we all support each other definitely as part of like being Nigerian and American in New York. Like we really go hard in support of one another, artists. And now we have a designer in the building. So, you know, we want to keep the love going, and it's all part of the culture. So I'm so excited to have you here. We have Peter in the building.
Yes. Welcome to Ben Talks, my brother.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate the invitation.
Yes. Thank you for coming on such short notice.
I know, it's very short notice.
Very short notice.
But
you know,
you made an exception for us. I'm sure you probably got a busy schedule and everything like that.
Yes.
When he was like, I'm gonna hook it up. Like I said, Addy put this whole thing together. I'm sure if I reached out, he probably wouldn't answer.
But anyway, how did this all happen? So your shoe is called a Balanced Diet.
Yes.
Okay, it's called the Balanced Diet shoe. So can you tell me the process of how'd you find out about the opportunity to design for Nike, and what was your thought process?
We have to go all the way back. So, like I said, the sneaker is called Balanced Diet. Originally, I think I just saw like ads from Nike, New York City, Cultivator, giving people an opportunity to design a sneaker to tell their story early in the year. You know, I was just curious. I'm like, yo, what is this? You know, I thought it was like a fake thing at first. Then I clicked on it, and all you had to do was put your name and say why you should be selected. With only 300 characters.
Wow, that's often really hard.
That's tough, right?
That's really hard.
So I filled it out, and with 300 characters, of course, I just kind of said why I should be selected, and I completely forgot about it actually. And fast forward to first week of July or late June, early July, I got an email. The funniest part of that is actually I usually have my email set up on my phone, but I actually took it off of my phone because for some reason it was tweaking, and I didn't actually see the initial email that I got that, oh, you got selected to design sneakers. So it was just I missed the initial email.
Man.
Yeah,
check y'all emails, y'all.
No, literally, please.
all of y'all emails. I have 10 email accounts.
Yo, 100%.
And you almost missed a blessing.
Right. So that's
gem.
Guys on my side, right?
Yeah.
So I actually now got a DM. I got a DM saying,
from Nike.
Yes, from the Cultivator team.
Wow.
Hey, check your email.
Wow. That must mean that the design was really fire. For them to be like, nah, he ain't answered.
So we
the
actually
email.
haven't designed yet.
He just put an application.
So I just got selected.
Wow.
So
okay.
Like I said, we had to tell why. So I, in the 300 characters, of course, I already told why. So I got selected. But so they sent a DM go check your email. So I played it off oh, this was my spam folder. So I didn't see it. So
it's a good lie.
So right, I had to listen.
It's the truth.
Right, it's the truth. Listen.
I mean, he got the sneak already, so
it was. So I was God, right? I just directed him to me because I could have just missed that completely, and I couldn't even be sitting here right now. So after that, we got I think 10 days to design the sneaker. We had our own back end platform to design it. We had. So I think it was over. Now we found out it was over thousands that put in, and about 28 of us got selected.
Wow.
So we all had to pick from 3 silhouettes. I think the 200s, the 270s, and some other one. So they gave me the 200s to design, which is actually one of the newest silhouettes by Nike Air Max.
Just show the sneaker into the camera right now.
Yes,
right.
Fire.
Yeah.
There you go. Get a nice zoom on those. Kevin.
Balanced diet.
Right. Yeah, zoom in on those, Kevin. That's gonna be for the thumbnail.
All right, so
10 days to design it. And
did you have any support? Was it like a team?
Nah, I just I was like, I had to take care of it. And it is my story. So. But the hardest part of it was I was in the process of putting together my summer experience, which is like my annual week-long experience with different events throughout the entire day by my brand Project 96. So it was kind of tough. My schedule was completely shut
up.
It was just so I just kind of dedicated a day to just sit down and just look at like what I want the sneaker to say and like things I want to include in it. And I went to sleep and I woke up the next day. I'm like, what should I even name this sneaker? And I was like, we should call it Balanced Diet. Yeah. Maybe because I was hungry, but I don't know. Right? I called it Balanced Diet because, I was born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria, and I like all of the things that I believe in, and like my growing up, like my parents, the way they raised me, that has made me who I am. It's a heavily influenced by Lagos, and moving to America, New York City, it was a moment of trying to fit in to now. We can say like we're standing out now, right?
Big time.
So how Drake said, transitioning from standing out. So because you can't neglect one part of the story, the Lagos part, and then also my current New York City lifestyle. So it's just like, it's a balanced thing. So you kind of, eating from both sides of the spectrum, right?
Yeah. So what has the support been like from the community?
Man, I just tip my hats off to all of my friends, to the people that are just supporting the brand, supporting me, supporting the story. This is for them. This is for the people that the transplants from one city to another, from one country to another, from one borough to another. Like, it's just kind of like they see it, they feel it, and it's the first hour of the drop. Like, I'm getting screenshots like it's unavailable. It's like,
wow,
what? Like,
that's so fire.
That's crazy.
Y'all fuck with me like that. I'm sorry for cursing, but like,
nah, you're good. You're good.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm truly grateful and appreciative of all this.
Of course, man. That's huge.
What's your background actually in design?
So I run my brand Project 96. So I actually don't even call myself a designer. I'm just I go by like Project Fulfiller. Because I've designed a lot of things in the past. But I just haven't put like 10,000 hours in just to be able to even sit and just call myself a designer.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by a lot of good designers, and it's a discredit to them, and to even just call myself a designer. But I've designed I've clothing, you name it, graphic lookbook stuff, and posters, and I've designed a lot of things in the past. I have good taste. It's like,
that's what it takes.
I like that, and this is how I want it to look, and I can do it. So I wear a lot of hats. So being able to design allows me to fulfill a lot of projects.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So you got the Project 96 brand out. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, how did that come about, and how much of a role did that play in you ultimately, filling out the application to design a shoe for Nike?
The beauty of having something like a Project 96, a brand like that, has been just the community that is behind it. Like, I'm sure with 300 characters there's so much you can say. Nike definitely had to look and say, yo, who's this guy, and do their own research. So with Project 96, I've been able to cultivate a community of people that are just, that believe the world is theirs. Like, they with the events that we're putting together, with the messaging, with the products, there's the community that supports it, and the people that support it, down to the person that gets a ticket to an event. And it's just like, they understand like, oh, this is what the story is about. The mission and vision of the brand is centered around like, at least the mantra is fulfilling projects through creativity and innovation for the benefit of humanity. That's so macro, right?
Yeah.
But, in the micro, we're talking about, the community that you're in. Are you supporting that community? Are you, actually doing things for the benefit of humanity? Like, come all the way down to the person next to you. How are you helping them? And how are you, also as you're growing, how are you pulling people from bottom with you? You know, it's like so.
That's what's up.
Yeah, the brand definitely helped out because I'm sure, again, like I said, they did their research and checked it out.
Yeah. How did you get into like designing things? Like, was that always like a passion of yours from young, or was it something that you kind of just stumbled into? Like, how did you get started in this?
I'm also curious as to how your Nigerian parents received that.
Oh yeah,
passion.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh man, you know. Fun fact, my pops actually bought a pair of sneakers, so you know, forever.
Oh, word!
That's,
Look
like,
at that.
To get a Nigerian parent.
They usually come along when the money start coming.
Bruh, 100%. You know,
now my question to you: if you see him fucking them shits up, would you be upset?
Creasing them, creasing them, honestly, barbecuing them.
He deserves anything. You can
like
do
yo, pops, don't go to the beach in my sneakers, man. What you doing? Like, you know.
And also, the sneaker is not a weapon. You cannot use it to smack me across my face. Not this one. Choose another shoe.
Yeah, you know, so like, I mean, you know, their language and the things they understand, you know, their bedrock is completely different from the things, or to the current situation. And you know, it's evolution, right? Like, when they were growing up, you know, everything was completely different. Right? They don't understand social media. They don't understand none of that things. And you know, in this moment, I've kind of told myself that, you know, I'm not in a position to like understand, and for them to even understand what I'm saying, like it's fine, right? You know, no, because you know, if I sit here and try to, you know, explain myself and explain the things that I'm doing, and you just don't understand, it's just like I'm wasting my breath. You know, I can communicate it to the best of my ability, like, hey, you know, I love you. You know, you've brought me up to this point that I'm at right now. You know, let me explore life. You know, let me just test things out and see what works for me.
Yeah, and some of the things that I feel like parents a lot of times don't, they're a little slow to realize is that, you know, the things that we're getting into that's different from their norm is the very reason why they came over to this country, for us to have these opportunities to get into different things that they probably couldn't even wrap their minds around.
It's scary, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then for them to see like, oh, you want to design? Like, that's what do you mean? Like doctor, lawyer, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, this is the reason why you came here. This is the reason why you sent me to certain schools. This is the reason why you were on me to study and be in my book, so that I can have these opportunities that maybe you couldn't even think of when you first came here.
No, for real. Like, you know, like just even my design background that you asked, you know, it's not like I always knew how to design or like it was just like, you know, I see that this is how I want things to be, and I'm just we got to get to the point where we're like, you know, I wish this then is like this. I wish, and then start thinking of, yo, let's make it. Doing that.
Right.
You know, I'm just always about like doing. You know, why not? Let's do it. Let's figure out how to do it. You know.
Right.
You know, you say just do it. I was like, just best set. You know, like let's figure out how to just make this thing happen.
Yes, just best set.
Yes.
Tell everybody what that means for everybody who doesn't.
You know, we say best set. I feel like you've heard it a lot. You know, Burna Boy. You know, to Zlatan. You know, it's just it's simple, right? Best set itself is just raise your leg, like just move your foot. You know, but you know the broader light, it's more so like, you know, just do it. Like the meaning of just do it is the same as just best set. Like actually, like just move, just do it. Like figure things out. Just best set. You know, no, for real. You know, so that's what a lot of people have been asking. Like, what, you know, a lot of Americans are like best set, best set. Like
they can't even begin to wrap their mind around how to pronounce the GB.
Right, GB. You know, so
wait, what's the word? What's the word?
Best set. Let me hear you.
That's right.
Best set.
Best set.
Best set.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
best set. You got.
Well, Haitians have a word called bisse, and that means like to bend down. So it's kind of, I don't know what it means.
It's to raise your foot. Like just.
Oh, okay.
You know, so people are doing a dance and it's like moving their foot.
Like,
right.
I saw you doing a dance on your Instagram, and so you killed it.
Oh, you get down, huh?
A little bit.
That
was
niggas
fire.
who get down always be like, I do a little song.
That was fire. But my question is, what is your thoughts on? We were talking about it earlier, but like, what are your thoughts on this like new mainstream acceptance of like Afrobeat artists, and like, do you?
Damn, you stole a question right out my goddamn mind, Addy.
What is your take on that? And
the mainstream acceptance of current
of Afrobeat music and artists?
Oh, it's beautiful. Why, you know, like a lot of people say it's a bad thing. Like now you're catching up on it, so you don't want them to catch up on it. Like, you know, it's a matter of like, this is a beautiful. It's a win-win situation, right? You know, it's not a you know, it's not a zero-sum game. It's a positive-sum game, right? The more Afrobeats is in mainstream, the better it is for the upcoming ones, right?
Yeah.
Like, people are aware of the sound.
The more opportunities.
The more opportunities there are. It's please, let them be aware of it. You know, there's more.
Because you never know, like the generation coming up behind the artist that's right now, they're gonna have all these like big time corporate opportunities. They're gonna have all these big time partnership opportunities that wasn't available before, because 100%. This generation that we're in right now is bringing it to the forefront and bringing it to the mainstream.
And they're pushing the boundaries too in terms of what music is. And I think one thing that, you know, people can't always wrap their fingers around what Afrobeats is, and it reminds me also of your design process. It's just like, it's a certain freedom, right? Like, it's a freedom in the music, it's a freedom in it that people are craving and chasing. You know, it's an authenticity of spirit, you know, that's not anchored into anything that is beyond just having fun and being true to who you are and your identity. And I think people are clinging on to that kind of meaning right now, especially in this world where there's so many superficial, so many things that are, everyone's just trying to get money fast. But I think it's really nice when you could like sit and reflect on something that has grounded in substance.
Right. I mean, you know, it's stories. These people are telling their stories. You got Burna speaking Yoruba on an album that everyone is listening to.
A great
album.
Oh, man.
A great album.
I hope he gets a Grammy. You know, it's just
he deserves.
Even like listening to that and thinking like, yo, even the sneakers, like, you know, I'm just being able to tell my stories. Like, like, our stories was true to us, right? You know, you should be able to tell your story, and like it might inspire somebody else to tell their story. You know,
which artist do you want to wear your sneaker?
I need Burna in these joints right now.
All right,
honestly,
Burna boy.
Burna,
I know you
please.
listening. I know you listening to this radio show. I know you tune in every week. Thursdays, 5 to 7 p.m.
Well, in the meantime, I'll wear your sneakers.
Hey, listen, you're a great artist yourself. You know?
Well, Burna boy priority. We're gonna get you in these sneakers.
Well, you don't gotta do that. You don't gotta shit on me like that.
We're not shitting on you. But what's next for you in design?
I mean, you know, I just came back from London, so I'm trying to just pull off
you sure you just dropped that? Oh, I got the stamp on my passport.
Casual, you know.
I came back from London.
I summered in London.
I didn't enjoy it that much.
I actually don't even stamp the passport.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
See, I wouldn't know.
He don't have enough space.
My passport, yeah, right.
He's all over the world.
I'm trying to do a fashion week show presentation September 6th. Hopefully I can pull that off.
Okay.
You know, like a lot of things we got pushed back because, you know, when you get that Nike call.
You got to call a bunch of people. You know? Hey, dog, Nike called me, so fall back with the deal.
100%.
All right. Yeah, so, I feel you.
So I'm trying to see if I can still pull that off, you know, for my brand project 96. So the presentation is actually centered around the idea of duality of life. So, you know, just same concept, you know, just pulling from both sides of the spectrum and, you know, sharing those stories. So yeah, in terms of just, I'm dropping new P96 probably this week. You know, new products online on the web shop. You know, just kind of elevating just the brand and just you know, any project that just again goes to the core fulfilling project through creativity and innovation for the benefit of humanity. That's kind of the project we're taking on right now.
Now, has there been people that maybe didn't believe in your vision as far as like Project 96 goes and you designing and that tried to come back around after they saw that you was working with Nike for a shoe? I mean, I know there is. What's her name?
Why you gotta be a girl?
I gotta be right. Shouts to the queens.
Exactly.
She ain't listening. You can,
right. I mean, listen. Nah, I mean, it comes with it. You know?
Of course.
It's just the beauty of it.
It hasn't happened to me yet, so I guess I'm not popping.
Nah, you are popping. Trust me.
Thank
you know,
you.
it's just no.
He needed that. He really did.
Hey, you're doing a show like that's amazing, and you know, it's like the ones that are supporting and the one we're paying attention to, like people that are coming to events, people that are buying your products. You know.
Right.
I pay attention to that because I reciprocate the support. You know? It's like if you're sitting here worried about the ones that are not supporting you, then you forget it, you lose sight of the ones that are supporting you.
I've always, it's crazy. I've always like said that from the moment I started like doing this show and just working here at Radio Free Brooklyn. I'm like, yo, you can't focus on those who are not like messing with you and not supporting you, because for the 10 people that are like not paying attention to you or wishing that you don't succeed, there's maybe another 10 to 15 that are like, oh man, I'm happy for this guy. Like I'm gonna support him all the way through. And you gotta acknowledge, and you gotta acknowledge those people as opposed to focusing on the ones that's not rocking with you.
For real. Like you know, people are spending their large dollars to buy a product. You know, yo, thank you, right? You know, and I can't sit here and just the ones that are not like and just to chase them. You know?
So you had complete like creative control 100%. On the design. So like, what made you go with like I think the sneakers are nice. You know what I'm saying? I wear a size 10 and a half, 100 Bogart if you want to send me, you know what I'm saying, a copy. But what made you go with like the color scheme and everything? Put it in the camera one more time. You know what I'm saying?
So you know, like I said, we had our own back end design platform to do these. So you know, we had options with the wavy Nike logo, the regular one. So you know,
I like those them NYC on the tongue. I like that.
Yes, sir. You know,
and I like the wave too, because that's not common.
No, not at all.
You know, so I got the wavy logo because you know it's just wavy.
I'm a wavy nigga.
That's the New York part of the sneaker.
What I'm saying?
Because we wavy. You know what I'm saying?
Best city in the world. You know?
That ass.
So and you know, I got New York City on the tongue. So you know, that's just kind of like. That's current. That's right now. You know, New York City is one of the best city in the world. You know?
Yes.
You know, I got P96 on the pull tab.
Okay.
You know, I wasn't passing up that.
Hell no. You would be a fool if you didn't put your brand on that.
Trust me, dogs. You know, this is forever. So of course. I had to put those on it. You know, just the color scheme. You know, like the Nigerian flag is green, white, green. So you know, so I had to make sure I made the sneakers green. You know,
they're fire, bro. I like them. And again, I wear size 10.
Of course, I got you, man.
I don't know how they cut, but 10 and a half, I'm good with those.
Yeah, tell your people to contact my people.
Well, okay, it's like that. I don't have people.
So Ben, here's the thing. So what I'm gonna do, everyone's gonna tell. Well, Peter's gonna tell everybody where they could get the sneakers.
Yes, please do that.
What's the deadline? Because I know it's a limited release. So.
Oh yeah, so the sneakers are only available until September 1st, unless it actually sells out again. You know.
So Ben, you gotta,
September 1st.
You gotta hit the block. Work the corner.
Yes, sir.
You know how much the sneakers is going for?
They're going for $150.
All right, so I'm gonna have to sell some drugs.
Oh no, you don't condone.
No, it's okay. Nobody's listening.
So it's available right now until September 1st for $150. It's only online, so you know, don't ask me if you could pull up on me.
I'm sure you got a bunch of people like, yo, let me get a hookup on the shoe.
Yeah, and don't disrespect me next with discount.
Yeah, no, yo, pay the full goddamn price.
Like, come on, that's very disrespectful.
Except for me.
Yeah, of course.
100 Bogart.
Free pair.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
You know, you could find me on social media at Peter J. So that's PETAHJAY. You know, the brands that I run. Project 96, that's at P.9.6. Fulfill Your Project, another company that I run. Just Fulfill Your Project. So it's available right now online. Nike website, Nike by You community site. Let's go support.
Yes, man. Let's support this young brother, man. He got this sneak out with Nike, man. That's what's up, man. I love seeing brothers doing positive things out here and making a name for themselves and living out their dreams, man. The sneaker is fire. Make sure y'all go get that. Put that in the camera.
Getting it.
Put that in the camera one more again. There you go. All right.
We're grateful to have you here.
Yes, stay locked in. Don't go anywhere. Here now, Rachel C is up next. It's Radio Free Brooklyn. It's Ben Talks. Everyone enjoy your weekend. I'll catch you all next week. Peace out.